Welcome to Distinct Kids. Distinct Kids is brought to you by Distinct Radio, your number one U.S. Nigerian community radio. I am your host, Kumi Aderoju. But before I get the show started, I'd like to thank God for the opportunity bestowed on me to get this show kicked off. Again, I am Kumi Aderoju, your girl on Distinct Radio here in Dallas, Texas. Greetings to all listeners in the name of my director, Alhaji Casey. Greetings to you in the name of my producer, Roti Alore. When we come back, I have a great story for you. But now, let's go on a music break. Welcome back to Distinct Kids. Distinct Kids is brought to you by Distinct Radio, your number one U.S. Nigerian community radio. You can listen to us on www.distinctradio.com. Call us on 857-232-0137. Again, 857-232-0137. Or add Distinct Radio on Skype or download TuneIn application on your mobile devices and search for DNC Radio. Now, the story I have today is called Why the Cat Kills Rats. I read. Please listen. Ansa was king of Calabar for 50 years. He had a very faithful cat as a housekeeper, and a rat was his houseboy. The king was an obstinate, headstrong man, but was very fond of the cat, who had been in the store for many years. The rat, who was very poor, fell in love with one of the king's servant girls, but was unable to give her any presents as he had no money. At last he thought of the king's store. So in the night time, being quite small, he had little difficulty, having made a hole in the roof, in getting into the store. He then stole corn and native pears and presented them to his sweetheart. At the end of the month, when the cat had to render her account of the things in the store to the king, it was found that a lot of corn and native pears were missing. The king was very angry at this and asked the cat for an explanation, but the cat could not account for the loss until one of her friends told her that the rat had been stealing the corn and giving it to the girl. When the cat told the king, he called the girl before him and had her flogged. The rat he handed over to the cat to deal with and dismissed both from his service. The cat was so angry at this that she killed and ate the rat, and ever since the time, whenever a cat sees a rat, she kills and eats it.
Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, while the burning sand. Africa, Africa, those scattered trees. Africa, Africa, amazing herds of beasts. Once I went to Africa to see the wildlife. The whole day they dare their sleeps, night it comes alive. Fennec foxes, ostriches, scorpions are there. Oryxes, jaguars, caravans of camels. Africa, Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, while the burning sand. Africa, Africa, those scattered trees. Africa, Africa, amazing herds of beasts. Savannah meets me with gazelle, antelopes and moose, meerkats and hippos, and some zebras too. Elephants, rhinoceros, and again giraffes, lions and leopards, hunting in the grass. Africa, Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, while the burning sand. Africa, Africa, low scattered trees. Africa, Africa, amazing herds of beasts. Then in tropics was my journey down the river Nile. There live a lot of snakes and big crocodiles. Pink flamingos at the lake, thousands of birds. Gorillas and alcatraz, millions and frogs.
Hello, my recipe for today is called chocolate chip cookies. Canola oil is used in place of butter to make these cookies. It has healthy fats, making this cookie recipe a good alternative to the typical butter-filled version. Now, the ingredients for these healthy chocolate chip cookies is ingredients: 2 whole and 1/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 cups of canola oil, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 eggs beaten, 2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1 cup of chopped pecans. Now, the directions to make these healthy chocolate chip cookies are: Step 1. Preheat oven to 375 Fahrenheit. In a bowl, combine flour, baking soda, and salt. In another bowl, beat together oil, sugars, and vanilla until creamy. Beat in eggs. Gradually add flour mix. Stir in chocolate chips and nuts. Roll into small balls. Flatten slightly onto an ungreased cookie sheet. Bake 9 to 11 minutes or until edges are golden brown. Freeze the extras. Now, I'm going to repeat the directions. Preheat oven to 375 Fahrenheit. In a bowl, combine flour, baking soda, and salt. In another bowl, beat together oil, sugars, and vanilla until creamy. Beat in eggs. Gradually add flour mixture. Stir in chocolate chips and nuts. Roll into small balls. Flatten slightly onto an ungreased cookie sheet. Bake 9 to 11 minutes or until edges are golden brown. Freeze the extras. Now, the nutrition information. Per serving, calories 130, the fat 9, saturated fat 2, the carbohydrates 13, the fiber 1, the protein 1. Percent daily values are based on a 2,000 calorie diet.
Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, while the burning sand. Africa, Africa, lost scattered trees. Africa, Africa, lazy herds of beasts. Once I went to Africa to see the wildlife. The whole day the desert sleeps, night it comes alive. Fennec foxes, ostriches, scorpions are there. Oryxes, jaguars, caravans of camels. Africa, Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, while the burning sand. Africa, Africa, lost scattered trees. Africa, Africa, lazy herds of beasts. Then meets me with gazelle, antelopes and gnus. Africa, Africa, long scattered trees. Africa, Africa, amazing herds of beasts. Then in tropics was my journey down the river Nile. There live a lot of snakes and big crocodiles. Pink flamingos at the lake, thousands of birds, gorillas and okapi's, aliens and frogs. Africa, Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, miles of burning sand. Africa, Africa, long scattered trees. Africa, Africa, lazy herds of beasts. Africa, Africa, faraway land. Africa, Africa, miles of burning sand. Africa, Africa, long scattered trees. Africa, Africa, lazy herds of beasts.
To everyone born in the month of January, I say a big happy birthday to you. This week I have two people whose birthday was 11th and 12th of January. My sister Grace Adisuba, happy birthday to you. And I pray God in His infinite mercy bless you with your heart desires. And to my mom, Cynthia Jacobs, I want to read her a poem. It's called A Mother Just Like You. I just wanted to let you know, you mean the world to me. Only a heart as dear as yours would give so unselfishly. The many things you've done, all the times that you were there, help me know deep down inside how much you really care. Even though I might not say I appreciate all you do, richly blessed is how I feel having a mother just like you. But oh no, I have to go now. But catch Distinct Kids next Saturday. Why, catch ya! See ya! Woo!